Welcome back to the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. I'm Rich Walsh. If you need a roof, make sure you call Ireland Contracting. They're the best in the business. That's why they're #1 in Pittsburgh. Not only do they do roofs, they do windows, they do siding, they do gutters. They do anything you need. Give them a call. 1-800-NEW-ROOF. If you want to give me a call right now, you can do that. 412-575-2600 on the Bordas and Bordas hotline. The Pirates have another streak going. They're 2-0 right now against the Mets. They have another game against the Mets tomorrow. That's a game that they need to win. I thought they needed to take 3 of 4 against this team. It's a bad team. This was a really good win, though, tonight for the Pirates, going against their best pitcher, Jacob deGrom, who might not be with the team. He's been rumored to be traded. I think that would be a mistake. I think they need to trade. I think they need to keep him and build around him. The Mets do. But, you know, he could be traded at some point, but he's a really good pitcher, and the Pirates got a hold of him in the 6th inning tonight and took care of business and chased him out of the game. And it was a nice win for the Buccos, a good win yesterday. They could put in a little streak together. They won 15-18 right now. You know, they won that 11 in a row, lost 2, and now they've won 2. And 2 really good wins, 2 confidence-building wins, and that's what you like about this team. They're feeling it right now. It's a good clubhouse to be in. I really like this team. I hope they add some pitching help. I think that's the area that they need right now. I don't know who they give up to do it. Maybe some minor league prospects, if you can do that. Maybe a rental guy. Something to give fans hope. Something to give people hope that this management, that this ownership wants to show you, wants to prove to you that they want to win this year. They said it in the preseason. You know, they said it at the press conferences when Andrew McCutchen was traded. They said it in spring training. They said it in the Pirates Caravan. They said it opening day that this is a team that can compete this year. Well, let's see it. They're in it. They're 2.5 games out right now in the wild card race. They're only 6 games back of Chicago. Chicago's coming here in a couple weeks. They got a bunch of games against the Cubs. Who knows what can happen? This is a team that, you know, who knows what they can do. They're a young team. They don't know how good they can be. I still think they need some back-end pitching, some front-end pitching to help this team, but you got to love the bats. You got to love the depth. You know, they lose 2 of their guys. Josh Bell, Corey Dickerson are both on a 10-day DL right now. Adam Frazier, Jordan Luplow, guys making a difference, young guys. Now, they probably can't do it for, you know, a lengthy period of time. You want to get those guys back in the lineup. Dickerson could return on August 4th. That's when he's eligible to return with a hamstring injury. And Josh Bell is a left oblique. So hopefully those guys can return within those 10 days, after those 10 days, and get back in this lineup. But Jose Osuna played first base today. He was hitless today. He's batting 180. Maybe he can kind of turn things around and use some momentum from AAA. He was tearing it up down there lately. Austin Meadows has been better in the majors than in the minors. Now he's back. He should maybe he's probably going to get the start tomorrow, I'd imagine, in left field for Corey Dickerson. Let's go back out to the phone lines. We got George out in Menneson. What's up, George?
Hi, Rich. How are you?
Good. Thanks for calling.
Hey, I agree with pretty much everything you said. I was at the doubleheader a couple weeks ago, and that's basically, I thought, when all the hitting started. I mean, there were home runs everywhere, all these guys. Yeah. And I do think they need some pitching, middle, and starting. And here's the thing, too, with the management saying that, you know, he put the challenge out there, and they've done it, plus they got attendance tonight. And that was the other thing, too, is, again, that we hear over and over again, if the people come out, we'll do it. So he has to do something, because I think that's what we need to keep this going, and he has to come through and make some type of move to help them.
Yeah, there's no question about it, George. I appreciate the call. And, you know, the bats started really coming alive, I think, around that time when you were talking about. But also, if you look at this team at the beginning of the year, and I know they were playing some bad teams, but they had the second-best offense in the National League, so we knew they could do it. Gregory Polanco went through that stretch where he wasn't the same player. He's a bat that they need to count on. Josh Bell went through a stretch where he wasn't doing well at the plate. He's a bat that they need to count on. Corey Dickerson has been pretty steady except for 2-3 weeks there, but his bat has come alive. But he's not in the lineup now. So, but they got these other guys. They're doing a good job of, you know, mixing and matching, and even Sean Rodriguez is hitting too.
Yeah, what's nice is, too, it's every night it's somebody else that's stepping up. Like, who would have thought Freese would have did what he did the last
but, you know, that doesn't happen all the time. that's not, that's the thing that they always need everything to hit on all cylinders, and that doesn't happen. I wish they would just need half the team to hit on all cylinders. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's kind of where I am with the Pirates. They need everything to go right for them to be successful, and that's what's happening right now. They get a guy injured, or Jordan Luplow comes up and does well in clutch spots, and then they got Adam Frazier tonight. So those guys aren't going to be able to sustain that. They need to get these guys healthy, and I think if you have a healthy team, I'm looking at everything, and I wouldn't really change out any of those position guys. I know people bring up Jordy Mercer. I think Jordy Mercer, he's a guy I want up in clutch situations. I like him. He's a good clubhouse guy. He's a good person for this team, but he's not going to be around here next year, so that's a guy that probably people want to move. Where else are you going to upgrade throughout the lineup? Francisco Cervelli, he's a guy you need to have in the lineup. I think he's another clutch guy. So first base, you can't. Josh Bell. Second base, Josh Harrison, you can't. Jordy Mercer. Then third base, Colin Moran. That's supposed to be your third baseman of the future. And then you have David Freese coming off the bench, maybe playing there. Who knows what's going to happen with Jung-Ho Gung? And then you look at the outfield. I think it's a crowded outfield right now when everyone's healthy with the Gregory Polanco, Starling Marte, Corey Dickerson, and then Austin Meadows and Jordan Luplow wandering around there. I mean, I would like to see, 3 solid guys, not 4 guys that are starters. And that was the issue there that they were going through for about a month when Meadows, Polanco, Marte, and Dickerson were up here. So, I wouldn't be opposed to maybe trading one of those guys and having 3 solid guys out there, and hopefully you can get a good return for someone, and then trying to get that one starter that you could use. And there's not a good market out there for right now, and it would take a lot to get Archer and Wheeler and guys like that, and the Rangers closer. But you need another starter before you can get a closer. You hear those rumors last week, and I'm like, a bullpen guy would be great, but I think you need a starter more than you need a bullpen guy. You got to get to the bullpen first, right? So that's where I am with that. But thanks for the call, George. I really appreciate it. Let's go out to Billy out in South Hills. How you doing, Billy?
Hi, Rich.
Thanks for calling.
I really think that the Pirates should go after DeGrom. I think they should trade Marte and possibly a prospect if needed.
You would need more than that, I think.
And move Meadows to center.
Yeah, well, I don't know what you'd have to give up to DeGrom. You'd have to give up someone like Marte, I guess, and you'd have to probably give up a bunch of pitchers like Mitch Keller they would want. They would probably want, who knows what else they would want. They would want a lot for someone like that. But I think that's a pipe dream, honestly. I don't even think they'd make a phone call on that guy. Maybe they called about Archer. Who knows? I doubt it, because they're asking a lot for that guy because he's under control for, a reasonable amount this year. Then he has options in 19 and 20, I think, or 20 and 21 for like $20 million, $10 million each year. They're not going to get him either. Wheeler, that probably won a lot of prospects. You'd have to be willing to give up some of your future for those guys. But if this is a team you think can win next year, and I think can. I mean, I think you have Tyon, you have Kingham. I like Musgrove. Who knows what's going to happen? I like Williams. Cool. You got guys, and you would have Mitch Keller coming up possibly next year. You got guys in the rotation. If you can add one solid guy to that mix, because I don't know if you can trade Nova this year. That's a guy that I would look to try to trade. But any contender, he's not going to be a 3-starter on any team, I don't think. So, maybe you hear Francisco Liriano's name out there as a possibility of being traded. I don't know if the Pirates would take a chance on him, and maybe for a short period of time he would be good here. I mean, I don't know, but I would think that it would be nice to find a starter that can maybe help, that can definitely help the rest of this year. You know how they did with Jay Happ in 15, something like that. I don't know if they can. So I personally think that they're going to stand pat. It looks like that's what they're trying to do. You don't hear any rumors right now. They're not in the mix. All the other teams are making moves, and they're just kind of staying with what they got. But, bullpen, they're going to make some minor moves, but no major ones, I don't think. But you could upgrade his bullpen, no question about it. 12 shutouts for the pitching staff this year. I think that leads the majors. All right, we're going to head to break. Take more of your phone calls, maybe some of your tweets if there's some good ones. 412-575-2600 is the number. back with the sizzling shot coming up next. Stay right there.